everyone, says here. Today we'll be talking about a really important topic if you are new to Krita, and that is understanding Krita's brush management system. Brush management in Krita often gives new users a lot of headache. And most of you guys are probably here because you are experiencing crazy things happening with your brush presets. Perhaps to the point where you guys are about to go bananas. So you came here in order to stop the madness. And maybe some of you guys came here not because you are experiencing problems, but because you are curious to know what brush problem is it that I am talking about. So maybe you can avoid it in the future. But whatever your reason is for watching this video, after all this, we'll have a complete understanding of how to better manage our brushes. So we'll have a more pleasant, stress-free painting experience. Alright, so on my Windows computer, I have Krita opened up, and also I had this Windows Explorer or File Explorer or whatever this is really called, and I just have this open because I want us to go to a certain location in our computer, and that's the Krita folder we'll find inside the app data folder. So to go there, let's click the address bar right here and type %appdata%/Krita. Now we'll find ourselves in this location where Krita stores all our settings. But then you may ask, what the heck are you doing, Sess? What's this all about? Well, let me tell you. When we start to do things to our brushes, things can get a little crazy. And I want you guys to see what happens inside here so we could understand how the brush management system works inside Krita. So let me just make some space here so we could fit this window. Now prepare yourselves because a great storm of boring stuff are coming. Just bear with me, guys. I promise it will get better. But first, let me trigger some problems so you know what exactly is this craziness I'm talking about. So let me just create a new brush from an existing one, and let's change the icon just to make things more interesting. And let's change the name to, let's say, brush creative, right? And let's also add an underscore as a prefix, so this brush gets to be the first one on the list. Why is that so? Well, this list is actually arranged in an alphabetical order, and it just happened that the underscores goes before ace here. Anyways, now we have a new brush, so let the craziness begin. First, if I try to rename this brush to, let's say, underscore brush underscore renamed, and then rename it back to its previous name, then let us restart Krita. Now we will get a glimpse at the craziness I am talking about. And if I try to delete all of this, some of them won't even go away. But if I restart Krita, it magically disappears. So let's try another one. Let's make a new brush. Let's name it underscore new brush, and let's just change some settings and overwrite this brush and then restart. Now there will be two of them, but luckily in these situations we can just simply delete the other ones out. Now you might think that might not be so bad if all we need to do is add an extra step. But to make my point, aside from unnecessary inconvenience, I personally think we won't encounter just these problems in the future. Personally, I've experienced way worse. Like at one time, after spending hours tweaking my custom brushes to perfection, and then after restarting Krita, a lot of my brushes just decided to revert back its settings. Hours of massaging the settings and creating custom icons and brush tips, as well as giving them awesome names, got lost into nothingness. I was so frustrated at that point that I swear I'd give up using Krita. Only I knew the things that we will talk about now before, I think I could have saved them. But enough about that. This video is all about ending all that frustrations for you guys, so you can pull out your hair less and be able to learn and paint more. Okay, so let's close down Krita, and I'll just delete all this stuff in this folder so Krita can recreate those files and reset my settings. And of course, you may not want to do this because you may have your prized possessions deleted. But if you want to try this so you could follow along, you can cut this whole Krita folder and paste it somewhere safe. Then when you want it back, just delete the app data Krita folder again and replace it with your backup. Well, I've done this a lot of times before and haven't got any problems, so supposedly you'll be fine. Anyways, let's fire up Krita and again create another brush, and to be consistent, let's name this _brush. Now if we go to the painter presets folder, we'll see a .kpp file that bears our brush's name. This is basically the brush that we created. It contains all the settings we need to be able to use this brush every time we need it. Now, let's just create another one just to prove that the brush we create really goes in here. And then let's add 2 to its name. Alright, as you can see, it appeared right here. Next, let's see what happens when we delete a brush. Let's delete the _brush too, and we'll see it's gone here. But Krita didn't delete the _brush to that KPP file. It's still here, so what is really happening? If we go up a folder, we'll notice that there's a KIS_painter presets, that blacklist file, now outside. And if we open it with Notepad or any other text editor, we'll see this. And if you did some HTML coding before, this may look kind of familiar. And if we look carefully, we'll see the full path of our deleted brushes KPP file in here, just enclosed in tags. And if we delete another brush, we'll see it will add itself on the list, and also we will still be able to see it in the painter presets folder. This just means that when you delete your brush, it won't really go away. Krita will just put your brush on the blacklist file, and as a result will hide it. This feature is useful when you don't really want to delete your brush and you may want it back. So for example, I'll remove those brushes in the blacklist file, and let's see what would happen. Just be sure to get rid of it with the tags. Save. Let's restart Krita, and as you'll see, the brushes are back. Now, let's see what happens when we rename a brush. Krita just created a new KPP file for our brush, but still keeps the old one. And for sure, because the old one is still here, but does not appear in the brush presets, it must have gotten itself in the blacklist file. And if we remove it from the file and then restart, we'll be able to see it in the brush preset. Alright, now let's try to trigger some craziness. Let's rename the _brush to something else and change it back. As you can see, there appears another brush that had a longer name. Not really sure what those extra characters mean, but if we restart, we'll get the 2 brushes with the same name. Now, as these KPP files and the list inside the blacklist file grows, you can imagine that we'll surely get to a certain point where things will get really messed up. But now that you know these things, you'll have an idea on what's happening and now have the power to fix it. But personally, I don't really want to let Krita manage my brushes for me. Not like this anyway. Especially because in my workflow, I like to create temporary brushes to do specific things, or create brushes that are going to be used to develop a final brush that will most likely be deleted later. This would make my atelier pretty messy. So what I like to do to manage my brushes is to just close down Krita from time to time and just manually deleting the brushes I don't really need. I also like to keep deleting the blacklist files so it does not bother me anymore. That'll be like one less thing to worry about. And of course, it has its up and downs, and some people might find it difficult to manage and somewhat tedious. But to me, just adding some naming scheme to the equation makes it the perfect choice for me. What do you guys think? Do you have a better approach in regards with this problem? Feel free to comment it below to be able to share your thoughts with everyone. And I think that's all for this video. This video is a little long and has a lot for us to take in, but thank you guys for your patience. Hope you find this useful. And if you like this video and hope to see more, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so you can stay updated with my upcoming videos.